Sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if only desire of it makes you quite mad enough, never to tire of it, makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it, if gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of God or man for it, if you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famished and gaunt, nor sickness or pain of body or brain can turn you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, you'll get it.
You succeed at last. Persecution, you must fear. We not lose to battle, get your shield. You got your mind set on a dream. You can get it for money, message. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. Yeah. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. You succeed at last. Don't you know? Listen, Rome was not built today. Opposition will come your way. But the hotter the battle you see, the sweeter the victory. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get if you really want, but you must try, 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 try. You succeed at last. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, 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 try. You'll succeed at last. Don't you know it? Don't I show it? Don't you know?
We started out this afternoon with a piece entitled The Will to Win by Burton Braley. The Will to Win. And we backed that up with You Can Get It If You Really Want, Jimmy Cliff. And that's our package. That's our start for the afternoon. Let's remind ourselves that 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 17th day of the 7th month of 2023, the International Year of quite a few observances, which we have been sharing with you. Put another way, though, it's the 17th day of the 3rd month of the 2023 North Atlantic hurricane season. And we have noticed a change in conditions. And let's see what will happen. Overcast conditions we noticed coming in. And we'll continue to monitor the situation as far as the weather is concerned, just so you are on top of things. There's a trough across Jamaica, and usually, as we like to share on this program, that's a reference to some kind of unstable weather. Once you hear that there is a trough, there's a trough because the trough denotes what some people refer to as bad weather in terms of clouding and rain or thunderstorms. In fact, a trough is always associated with some weather activity, either directly or indirectly. So there is a trough across Jamaica. Additionally, a low-level jet stream is across the central Caribbean. This low-level jet stream is expected to remain across the region for the next, for the next few days. So be mindful of that. And let's see. Also, that the trough that we mentioned a short while ago is expected to move across the island today, and a tropical wave is expected to remain across the region for the next few days. Now, the tropical wave is an elongated area of relatively low air pressure oriented north to south, which moves from east to west across the tropics. And those movements cause areas of cloudiness and thunderstorms. So we have this trough across Jamaica, plus a low-level jet stream across the central Caribbean. And the trough, we've told you, is expected to move across the island today, and a tropical wave is expected to move across the island tomorrow. The low-level jet stream is expected to remain across the region for the next few days. More in a moment.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you must try, try. You succeed at last.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. Ooh la la. I see what I want at Phosphate Storewide Summer Super Sale. Come get your wires, breakers, LED downlights, solar lamps, LED bulbs, standing fans, and so much more. Shop Kingston, Wonderful, and Bunty today. Come get your smart locks, smart bulbs, video doorbells, and video cameras. You can't afford to miss it. Come shop. Come save at Phosphate Super Sale. July 3 to August 31. See you there at Phosphate. Open Sundays. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. You succeed at last.
A couple more observances for you. It's the Obon Festival of Souls continues in Shintoism. It's Constitution Day in South Korea, Hurricane Supplication Day in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Munoz Rivera Day in Puerto Rico. And the other observances which we have shared with you and have been sharing with you virtually every day, the health-related observances essentially occurring in the United States. July, for example, being observed as Cord Blood Awareness Month, Healthy Vision Month, International Group B Strep Throat Awareness Month, Juvenile Arthritis Awareness Month, National Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness and Prevention Month, Sarcoma Awareness Month, and UV Safety Awareness Month. Hoy es lunes, el 7 de el 17 de julio 2023 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est lundi le 17 juillet 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise Bienvenue.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. You succeed at last.
All we're saying is it's Monday, the 17th of July, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try. You succeed at last. Persecution, you must fear. We not lose, you gotta get your shit. You got your mind set on
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook in the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. Then you need internet connection, but more importantly, connectivity. One sure way to test for connectivity is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. If you're able to browse, you're good to go. If not, you have a little matter on your hands to deal with there, and we wish you well in dealing with that situation. In the meantime, what's on your mind this afternoon? You know the numbers to call: 876 922 4112 to 5. 876 922 4112 to 5. We've been busy. We've been on the road a lot recently and missing some of your thoughts, perspectives, ideas, suggestions, recommendations, issues, etc. Here's your opportunity now. We're all ears. 876 922 4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Let's see. Uh, mm, da, 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 da. Right. Hello to Dion. This is Dion from, is it Dion D. Sons? She is part of an organization, the humanitarian mission. They're putting on a medical humanitarian mission to Jamaica from the 13th to the 20th of August 2023. As part of this year's humanitarian efforts, the Jamaican Nurses Association of Florida has joined with the Dint Hill Old Students Association and the Kiwanis Club of Kendall, South Dade in Florida. The team comprises medical doctors or comprise medical doctors, dentists, nurses, and general volunteers conducting a wide range or array of projects such as medical and dental clinics and distributing care packages and school supplies to individuals in dire need of support. The communities targeted for Mission 23 will include Kingston, Spaldings, Three Hills, St. Mary, and Dint Hill Technical High School. And for more information, well, we will get in touch with Dr. Bevelyn Allen. She's the project chair, and we will share the information with you, our faithful listeners at home and abroad. And so we're happy to feature another Jamaican diaspora organization making a difference. Really, really encouraged by that. And keep the support coming. Keep the support coming. Tony Kelly, hello to you. Good afternoon. Thanks for checking in. And all the very best. Going through the range of messages and separating them accordingly. And so let's see what else we have here. So we should welcome as well Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine. Thank you very much for joining us, Ricardo. Nicola in Central Jamaica. Good afternoon. Rohan Villiers says, blessed love to the program. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Rohan Villiers. Hubert Fowlin says, a very pleasant good afternoon to Mr. Dervan Malcolm and his listening audience. Thank you very much, Hubert Fowlin, for your warm greeting, and all the very best to the others who are joining. Thank you very much. It's a Monday, so coming up in a couple of minutes, it will be time for Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. That's coming up. Let's give you those numbers, 876 922 4113-5, 876 922 4113-5. Any issue at all that you have in relation to the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. The numbers to call, 876 922 4113-5. So you can prepare yourselves, get ready to place those calls, and with the help of our attorney at law, Gloria Brown, we will help you to unravel some of these issues having to do with the sale or purchase of land or otherwise. Some other messages floating in. Derek Morgan says, Philly is very boiling hot right now. I'm still reporting to class, Mr. D. Please mark me present. Also, a great story. Woman asked PM Wholeness for a donkey. Well, being quite conservative, isn't she? Could have asked for an SUV or an ATV, an all-terrain vehicle. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, that's one of the stories trending right now. And well, let's see what comes out of that. I didn't know a donkey was so expensive, $100,000. Let's go to the break and come back with today's edition of Land Solutions during both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 2:30. Welcome to the new dimension in eye care, the Optical Zone, offering exceptionally comfortable eyewear. We fill prescriptions and do eye examinations. This complete optical store is conveniently located at Shop 14, York Plaza, Halfway Tree. Telephone 929-8656. The Optical Zone, providing vision for life. Tune in to Farm Talk every second and third Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m. for the feature Hyper Food Independence. Hyper Food Independence will focus on solutions for farmers, such as land, animal husbandry, agronomy, and more. That's Hyper Food Independence every second and third Tuesday from 6:18 to 6:30 a.m. during Farm Talk, only on Power 106 FM. Hyper Food Independence is sponsored by Hyper.
It's a Monday afternoon, just after 2:30, and that means time for Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113 to 5. 876-922-4113 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number for Land Solutions, 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. The website is landsolutionsja.com. Landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com. gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findley and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're encouraged to call ahead before turning up at the law offices of Brown, Findley and Company. Those numbers to call: 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. A reminder that on a Thursday between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, the team from the law firm Brown, Findley and Company enhance the outreach effort with respect to land-related matters. So you can take advantage of that on a Thursday between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. How about that? And so let's say hello, welcome, and good afternoon to today's host of Land Solutions, attorney at law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to Land Solutions. Thank you for joining us, and I want to say a special thanks to my faithful listeners. There are persons I meet whenever I go anywhere to talk. I went to talk in class. I went to give a talk on Friday in Clarkstone in Trelawney, and persons were telling me that they don't miss the program. As a matter of fact, I was invited because of the program, because persons had heard me on the program and wanted more information. So I want to thank those who continue to listen. So many persons tell me they try their best not to miss this program. Really appreciate that. I want to say thanks to Power 106 for continuing to facilitate the program. The number to call 922-411-325, and the text line is 387-3183. So you want to send me a WhatsApp message or a text message, please send it to 876-387-3183. And let me go directly to the text line. How do I go about getting an updated title? And I'm not too sure what this person means by an updated title, but I'll cover the different scenarios. If your title is in a bad condition, it's torn, it's worn, it's old, and you want to replace it, then you can get a lawyer to do an application. We call it a Section 79 surrender, because it's an application under Section 79 of the Registration of Titles Act, where you apply to the titles office and ask them to replace the title. You have to send them the one you have, and they will give you a brand new one. The new one they give you will not have the same number as the old one, because they're going to cancel that one. And wherever they are in the series now, that's the one you'll get, one with the numbers that they have reached in the series, the new volume number, new folio number. If I update you mean that maybe you have a title and the person on the title have died, then it depends on the situation. Suppose, for example, you have a title in your mother's name, your mother has died. Then I would ask you, did your mother make a will? If yes, I would say you need to probate the will. Mom did not make a will, then you need to administer the estate. And if you're going to administer an estate, the person, it depends on, you can't just go and administer somebody's estate like that. We have to deal with the priority. So if the person who died as a spouse, the spouse is the one who needs to administer it. If no spouse, then you go to the children. The children would have to administer it. If you don't have a child, then grandparents, brothers and sisters, then grandparents, then uncles and aunts. So we have a line of succession that you'd have to follow to determine. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean when you say update. But maybe you could send me another text message to just explain a bit more to me what you mean when you say you want to update your title. This person is also asking, where do I go to get a will form? You can get a will form. A number of the pharmacies, as one of the listeners told me, number of the pharmacies you can get a will form there, or you could also get a will form at most of the bookstores. You just go and ask them for that. Or we know how the technology is these days. You can download one, okay, from the internet, because we realize that when it comes to the formalities of a will in terms of execution, it seems to be universal, signed by the person making it in the presence of witnesses. And remember, your witnesses must be there at the same time. So the numbers to call 922-411-325, and the text line is 387-3183. And remember, if you want a title, just send me a text message to 876-387-3183. All you have to say is title, and I will send you the information I require from you to get a title for you. But remember, I'm always encouraging my listeners to get a title, because when you have the land, no matter how valuable it is, if you don't have a title, it is what is called dead capital. You cannot use it to do anything. A text message, what is the smallest title land I can get a title for? Because my grandmother, by word of mouth, gave my mother a spot, and grandmother is now deceased. It depends on what is required, because as I always said to the client, I can get a title for you for the size of my hand. So the size is not what is going to determine if I can get you a title. What I need to decide, what I need to look at is what does the title, that is your title for the land, first of all. Because if it's unregistered land and it doesn't have a title, and you can show me that, hey, I've been living on it for more than 7 years or occupying it for more than 7 years, then it's not difficult to get a title for you. You just need to survey the portion that you're on, send me the information, and I'll assist you. So there's no size limit. When we have a problem with the limit is when there's a title and it says the land is not to be subdivided, and we have to apply to the parish council now for permission. More than likely, the parish council is going to say we're not going to give you a title for a house spot. The piece of land is too small. But if there's a title for it and the title does not say the land is not to be subdivided, okay, so a title but no subdivision prohibition, or there's no title for it, I'll be able to assist you in titling it. I would ask you to just survey it, and then we can move from there. And you say grandmother gave it to mom by word of mouth. Remember, I've already said that word of mouth cannot pass land, but if you have evidence to show that mom occupies it, which means that she pays, she hasn't lived there, she has electricity, she has had electricity for 20 years, etc., then we can assist. The number to call 922-411-325.
We have a caller for you, Miss Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Yes,
this is your call. Move away from the radio. Okay, I have a piece of land my father gave me since 1975. So what has happened is that I don't know if you covered this part of the thing there with land, but since 1975 I got it from my father, and ever since they have made several adjustments to the land because of road construction. However, I am not able, I have gone to the relevant authorities, and it was at Maxwell Avenue. They understand the whole of that is moved on up to the office of the Prime Minister somewhere there. I've gone there 2 times, but I'm not getting any headway. I don't know if you are concerned with that part.
yes, okay. I'm concerned with anything land related. But let me ask you, do you have a title for it?
I'm not hearing you, man.
I'm sorry, do you have
If I have
a title for the land?
Yes, I have a title. I have the title, and it's transferred in my name. Just that it's the father wrote.
Wonderful. What I would like for you to do is to get a surveyor to show me what they are paying off.
Okay, man.
Get a surveyor to do a report to show what they are paying off, and then contact me and I will assist you. Okay, sir? I hope this is listening. So what I would advise the call and all other persons in this kind of situation is to just get a surveyor's report to show exactly what the government has taken off. Because one thing, the government will compensate you for their land. You just have to show that it has been taken. And I think it's the NWA that is saying that has taken it for road improvement. And this is something that I'm advising persons. We see the problem all over, and I've spoken about it on this program before. Maybe we spend a little time on it as well. Which is why sometimes when we preach about people getting title for their properties, it might seem as if we continue to preach a story. But there are so many persons. There are so many persons who are unable to get any compensation from the government when the government takes land from them, because they have no documentation to show ownership. And if you cannot show the government that you own the land, even if your father gave it to you, and you can't show the government that you own the land, then they are not going to compensate you. They are not going to compensate you for what they have taken. Because suppose they go and pay you now for the piece they have taken, and then your brother comes later on to say, "Where's my money?" So we understand the predicament. So when you get a title in your name, and you go to the government and say, "You have taken 1 square, you have taken half an acre out of my property," then you'll be compensated. But when the title is in your grandfather's name or your father's name and they are long dead, you're not going to get any compensation. And I said it on the program more than once, that even persons for the Lindsay bypass, I remember some time ago, I was told that even that money the government is still holding. because a lot of the persons never came forward because they had no documentation. The same thing is happening to the North South one. The same thing is happening out at St. Thomas. The government is willing to compensate persons, but you have to have documentation. Which is why we're saying you hear that there's going to be a development in your area. Get the documentation. Get your title. So you can be paid for what is taken, because many of us, we don't have the money. Why should we be giving up land to the government to build a road? Get your compensation. The government will pay you, but you have to have documentation. We'll continue with that after the break. This is Land Solution.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. Looking to take your agricultural business to the next level? New growth opportunities are here with the Development Bank of Jamaica. Small farmers, agro-processors, and all MSMEs in the agriculture sector can access up to $30 million in loans. Visit us at www.dbankjn.com or send us a WhatsApp text message at 876-371-3830 to find out about our agri-based loans. Conditions apply.
Tell a farmer, tell a friend, the BBJ have some for them. All right, we are trying to build back better.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with a sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5, 876-922-4113-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number for Land Solutions, 876-387-3183, 876-387-3183. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Hope Road and Winchester Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, Jamaica. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. All are encouraged to call ahead instead of just turning up at the law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company in Ocho Rios, or in the corporate area for that matter. The website is landsolutionsja.com. landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. Let's remind you, on a Thursday, the services are enhanced as far as the law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is concerned, and that's between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, every Thursday between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And so let's hand you over once again to Attorney at Law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. And I want to just continue a bit on what I was saying to persons. So if you are in an area and the government has taken a piece of your land, I know that happened in the Treadways area for the North-South Highway, I'm going to ask you, and the difficulty is that a lot of times the government having taken the piece for expansion of the highway, you're going to have a problem because you don't know where to go and survey now to get your compensation. Which is what we're saying to persons, I said it to them even before the St. Thomas bypass started, the ones for Clarendon. Survey your property, sort out your title before the highway starts, because when the road starts cutting and the heavy equipment comes in, you're going to have a difficulty to be able to survey and know what was yours to show what was taken. The gentleman who called a while ago is a little better off because he has a title. So it'll be easy for a surveyor now to go and show where exactly has been taken off. But when you don't have a title, that's when you have a challenge. So I'm begging persons, do not wait. Do not wait until
until the government has surveyed and the road has been built, and then you come and say, hey, that was grandfather's land. Sort out the land from now, please. The numbers to call 922. The numbers to call 922-411-325. And the text line is 387-3183. 387-3183. That's the text line. So you can send me a text message to 876-387-3183. And I have some text messages. Good afternoon, Ms. Brown. Thank you for answering my questions last week. I have another question. A section of my property was given to a relative of mine for him to build his house. The property was not surveyed. My property was not surveyed. Can my relative go ahead and survey his section without the original land being surveyed first? The house is already built and is occupied for some years now. So can my relative legally survey his section before the rest of the land is surveyed? And the answer is a big yes. And that's what is to be done. Because you don't want to go and survey the whole thing, build a title, and then have to go through the subdivision process. So your relative can go, and what your relative should do is go ahead, survey the little piece that the relative got. Again, you're suggesting what I'm getting from your text message is that there's no title for the property. That's what I'm getting. I could be wrong. So there's no title. The relative just needs to go survey his little house spot or her little house spot, and then just move towards getting the title. If there's a title on it, if there's a title already, I would need to see the conditions on the title. I mean, the restrictive covenants that are typed onto the title. You know, there are these things on the title say, oh, you must build and what. Because I need to know if there's a covenant that says the land is not to be subdivided. Because if there's a covenant on the title that says the land is not to be subdivided, then your relative will have to survey the entire thing and apply for subdivision from the parish council. And again, as I started at the beginning of the program, I hope that the piece that if that is needed, the land that he got is big enough. Do I have a call, Dervan?
Yes, you have a couple of callers waiting. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, can you talk a little louder for me, please?
Yes, are you hearing me now?
Yes, I am.
All right, so I have a question. Is this, if a piece of land was used for leasing for farming, and you go ahead and you erect a permanent structure on this piece of land, is there anything that can be done to get the title for this piece of land?
Not if it were, not if you have been paying lease constantly. The person would have to sell you that piece. But if you have been paying lease to a person, you can't just go and claim their land if you have been paying lease constantly. So they would have to subdivide the land and sell you that piece.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Do I have another call, Dervan?
Yeah. Yes, Ms. Brown. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, how can I help?
And he has a wife, but my brother died, and he has a house, but my brother wife sickly, and I mean look after him till my brother wife died. Before she died, she make a will, but my brother have a son, so so my brother son that jail, he make a will between me and my brother son and me. So the will not probate yet still about the executive that I'm a brother wife, me. And she deal with it because she have the title and everything. So my brother that jail now, and he send out a message and say, me not to touch the house, because 3 years now the house they lock up. Me not to go in my father's house. And me lock up the house, and when me realize, him tell him girlfriend to lick off the lock and take over the house. So I don't know what to do now.
So the title is in your name alone, correct?
The title, you know, the will is the will.
I'm not asking about the will. I'm asking about the title. Whose name is on the title?
The title is my brother name were dead.
All right, okay. So when your brother died recently, like in the last 10 years, 15 years?
last 5 years now and leave it.
All right,
leave
great.
it wife.
All right, good.
Yeah, leave
All
it
right.
wife.
All right. So listen to me now. All right. How many children your brother had?
My brother has 2 children.
All right. So I think what is going to happen is that half of the house belongs to the wife. Only a half. So your brother never made any will, right?
No, but I just one of the children, and the one of the girl out already, only the son.
No man, just listen to me. Your brother made a will?
No, I'm a sister-in-law made the will.
Right. So just listen to what I'm saying to you now. Your brother never make any will. When your brother died, half of the house went to his wife and half went to his 2 children. That's just the law. All right. So when the wife make a will and the son, all right, that means the wife only give you a quarter, and the son going to have half, and the daughter going to have quarter like you. If the executor must go and do her job and sort it out, because you are to get a quarter of the property. The son in jail is to get half, and the daughter is to get quarter. So go to the executor and let the executor deal with it.
Okay, Mr. Thank you.
If the executor doesn't want to deal with it, tell her to give you the executorship. Make you take it over. All right?
Okay. Yes, Mr. All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks too.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do I have another call, Dervan?
No, not right now, Miss Brown.
Okay, thank you, Dervan. So that's a very, very interesting call. And it's a long time I haven't heard a call like that. Because what has happened is that his brother has died. The brother died intestate, which means the brother never made a will. The brother's name is the only name on the title. The brother's widow made a will, willing the property to this caller and the brother's son. What happened though is that because the brother died without a will, when you die without a will and you have 4 more children, half of this property is going to go to the spouse, that's the wife, and half will go to the 2 children. So even though he's saying that the brother had already given the daughter a piece, it doesn't work like that. When you don't make a will, then even if your daughter got something already, she's still going to benefit because she didn't know will was made. So what is going to happen is that half of it will go to the wife and half will go to the 2 children. So half a wife, quarter for son, quarter for daughter. When wife died, she could only will her half. She couldn't will the entire property. She could only will the half that she's entitled to under the Interstate Estates and Property Charges Act. So what has happened is that the wife having willed her share to this caller and the son. The caller is going to get a half of the wife's half, which is a quarter. The son is going to get a half of the quarter, but the son was already entitled to a quarter when his father died. So the quarter and quarter come together to give the son in jail a half. To give the caller a quarter and to give the sister whose father died a quarter. So what is going to happen now? The executor doesn't want to go ahead and probate the will. Then this person could ask the executor to renounce, to give up the executorship, to give it up, renounce it, and then he could apply to probate, to credit. We call it probate because only the executor can probate. And we don't want to get technical, but for the law students who are listening, what is going to happen is that if this gentleman, the caller, takes up the responsibility to go and deal with the will, he's going to apply for letters of administration with the will annex. He can't apply for probate because he's not the executor, but he's going to apply for letters of administration with the will annex and he will be in charge. Very, very interesting. Which is why we encourage persons to make wills because we see how complex it got. Because the father had given the daughter a house already, but he never made a will, so the daughter is also entitled to benefit from this other property. And that might seem a little bit unfair. So we see why we really need to deal with matters in the correct way. And I'm begging persons to sort it out because a lot of the challenges we're having around are land related. The number to call 922411325. And the caller who sent the message, thanks Mr. Ron for your reply. You asked if there's a title for the land, have a common law title for the land. Yes, and that will be good enough to help you to get your title. So this person, go ahead.
Ms. Brown, sorry, we just a message coming through from Lorna on Facebook Live. She says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan and all the Power 106 and all at Power 106. This is one of my favorite radio programs. Miss Brown was instrumental in getting me my title. Kudos to her and Miss Findlay.
Thank you so much, Dervan. And we're up on the grid now. I appreciate that one. This is Land Solution.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock. Join Alfie Mackenzie during Farm Talk every second Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m. for a special feature that provides useful information on the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, and the role they play in Jamaica's agricultural sector. This feature is brought to you by the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, 1 Willie Henry Drive, Kingston. That's the JACRA special feature every second Tuesday at 6:18 a.m. during Farm Talk with Alfie Mackenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
Are roads a major concern? What about those drains that are in need of repair or cleaning? Who's responsible for repairing my road and when will it be done? Join us this and every Tuesday morning at 8 during Morning Agenda as we travel on our roads with the National Works Agency and get answers to these and other concerns. You're welcome to visit their website at www.nwa.gov.jm. See the tender notices link for projects to be undertaken. You may also call them toll-free at 1-888-429-5NWA. That's 1-888-429-5692, or follow them on Twitter at NWA_JA and Facebook at www.facebook.com/NWA Jamaica. The National Works Agency, developing safe, reliable, and quality roads.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number for Land Solutions, 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. The website is landsolutionsja.com. landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja. facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. And all are encouraged to call ahead before turning up at the law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company. The numbers to call: 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. On a Thursday, they throw in a little extra work into the mix. On a Thursday at the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. So make note of that. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on a Thursday, extra attention paid to land-related matters at the law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. And you're encouraged to take advantage of that offering. In the meantime, let's take another call here on Land Solutions.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good Yes.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, I'm hearing you. Good afternoon.
Yes, I had a problem with my mom died last year and left But she left a couple of pieces of some logs. And my stepfather actually began to sell shortly after she died. How can we go about this? I think I didn't mention this to Miss Henry.
All right. Did your mother will?
No, she never left a will.
All right. Is there, because if her husband is the person who has to administer the estate, so that is his responsibility. He needs to administer her estate, and when you administer the estate, you are free to sell. It's just that when he sells, he's supposed to give half of the money to her. How many children mom had?
8.
He's supposed to give half of the money to the 8 and half is for him.
Okay.
Yes, so you might have to bring an action against him then. I don't know if he administered her estate.
So the question that I'm asking, like you guys have dealt with Land Solution, would you be able to write a letter to him for me?
Well, if you call us, we will talk to you on it. If you call us, we'll advise you. So call me in office tomorrow. And
I'm not feeling it too well.
I'm sorry, I'm saying talk to me in my office tomorrow. And I'll give you some further advice what to do. So call me in my office tomorrow. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And this is why I say we need to make wills and we continue to preach this. Is there another call, Dervan?
No, not right now, Ms. Brown.
All right, thanks. We continue to preach it, and you understand the situation, because I'm sure the mother of 8 would not have wanted her husband to be the only person to benefit from her properties. But we do not make wills, and we constantly say to persons, oh, that piece is yours, that piece is yours. And we saw what happened in the quarter before this. Okay, what I said to the quarter, because your brother did not make a will, it's going to be shared like this. I'm begging persons, we need to, this is 2023, and we have to change the mindset of our people and recognize that we are only living problems. Because imagine mom had properties, he said maybe 2, 3, 4. And her husband is going to be able to sell everything, and he can sell it legally. I know they are going to have to find hundreds of thousands of dollars to take him to court to try and benefit from what has been sold. Because mom never made a will, and mom probably told him, that's all right, man. Because we think we don't know it. Because I've been saying to my clients in recent times that when it comes to deadlift, there seems to be a special demon attached to it, because it's only problems. And we can eliminate a lot of these problems if we would only deal with things correctly. And I'm begging my listeners, we preach it every week. Title wills. That's what I preach every day. Title wills. I beg my listeners, please sort out your titles, make your wills. And if you can give the things to persons while you're alive, it's even better. Remember, I keep saying that the warm gift is better than the cold one. The numbers to call 922-411-325. 922-411-325. And that's 876-922-411-325. And the text line is 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. That's the line to send the text, 387-3183. And let me just spend a little more time on what this listener, because I think I probably rushed my response. She said, you asked if there's a title for the land. I have a common law title for the land. Can the information on that kind of title be sufficiently legal, since there is no registered title? Yes, and it is legal. The common law title is legal. We call it a deed. That was what we all had before we had the Registration of Titles Act passed in 1889. So it is legal. It is good. It's a good basis on which to build your title. So when you come in with a common law title, that's so much better than having nothing, which is what so many persons have, nothing. So we just use your common law title to support your application for a title. But I'm going to beg you, when this relative has surveyed the little piece given to them, please survey your piece as well, so we can go ahead and move the title to your property to help you to get that title. My grandmother willed her property to her son and gave my mother his sister a house for word of mouth. My mother is now deceased and I live there. Can I will it to a relative without my having a will? I'm not sure if you are your mother's only child. or how long ago your mother died. If your mother died more than 12 years ago and you are the only one living on it for the last 12 years, yes, you can make your will and go ahead and with it to your relative. All right, I'm not sure if are you the only child for your mom. If you are the only child for your mom, then that's also a basis to will it as well. But if you are claiming it as yours, you have nothing wrong in making the will and willing it, because you can will anything. You can look at my house and will it to your relatives. It's just that when you pass, they won't get it because it's mine. So still put it in the will. If there's a challenge, then they will deal with that. But if you have been living there on this earth for 12 years, nobody else is there with you, or you're a mom's only child, and or you say it's yours, will it? Let the relatives sort it out afterwards. But I beg of you, still make the will. Don't let it be left there with none. The number to call 922-411-325, and the text line is 387-3183. And I came down to Trelawney. I'm at a place called Nutshell in Trelawney, where Jamaica Baptist Union is holding a camp, and I took down some children from my church, and it is such a pleasing sight. So this is what is called intermediate camp, so it's for ages 13 to 15. And the camp is oversubscribed. I think it's because of COVID. A lot of persons want to really get a break from these children. But it's a beautiful set of young people, oversubscribed with probably more than 200 children, well behaved, well brought up, having a wonderful time. And I say, boy, no matter what we say, Jamaica is still in good hands when you see these young persons. And I really want to commend the persons, who have sent the children. Of course, you send them to camp and there are challenges. And of course, we have to really make sure that we properly educate them. But it's really, really good and refreshing to see these young persons. But after, if I start paying for lease and sale, should that change? I'm going through that issue now. You started paying for a lease and sale agreement. I would love to see what the agreement says, but if there's a written agreement, nothing should change in it. The agreement should say how long the lease is going to be for, how much you must pay before you own the property. Somebody can't come and change it in the middle unless you have reached a provision. But I would have to see what the agreement says. And I'm begging persons, don't, even if it's your mother you enter into the agreement with, get a lawyer and get it properly executed, get it properly put together, get it properly prepared, because things change. So the lease and sale agreement, if you have a proper written agreement with the terms to say how long it is for, how much you must pay, properly signed and witnessed, then the other party should not be able to change in the middle of that. Okay, and the persons earlier on where I spoke about writing the will, you say you're willing it without having a title. Yes, you don't need a title to will, because remember 40% of Jamaicans don't have any title, and a lot of those who have titles, the titles are all mixed up because they still a piece here and there. So I would say maybe 60% of our titles really not in, maybe 60% of the titles not in order. So I would say to you, please go ahead and will it. Don't wait to have a title. And that's something that maybe we need to reinforce a little more. Don't wait to sort out your situation before you make a will. Because some of the situations, the reality is not going to be sorted out in our lifetime. So make the wills now. Don't wait to sort out your situation. Make the wills and then sort it out as you go along. And remember, the good thing about the will is that we can change it every day. The numbers to call 922-411-325. And remember, the text line 876-387-3183. And you can also send me a WhatsApp message. Okay,
and sorry, Ms. Brown, someone here saying good afternoon. Can I text Ms. Brown after the program? If so, what number? So we'll just announce that number once again, 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183.
Thank you, Dervan.
You're welcome.
And the first text message I read earlier, person asked about updating the title. What I meant by updating title is the title I was given at closing 2 years ago is about 50 years old, yes. And that's the first scenario I looked at. You're going to do an application under Section 79 of the Registration of Titles Act and ask the titles office to replace the title. They give you a brand new one, and it will not have the old information, the previous owners, the old mortgages. It will just start brand new with your name at the top. So yes, you can definitely replace it by what we call a Section 79 surrender, and it's not an expensive application. So that's a good idea. Your title is old, you can always get it replaced under the Registration of Titles Act. And as I said, it will have a brand new number. It won't have the old number because they are going to cancel the one you send in, and they are going to cancel the original that is in the titles office. So those volume and folio numbers will not be used again, and you will get a brand new volume and folio numbers. This is Land Solution.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online. Join Althea McKenzie during Farm Talk every second Tuesday of each month at 6:18 a.m. for a special feature that provides useful information on the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, and the role they play in Jamaica's agricultural sector. This feature is brought to you by the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, 1 Willie Henry Drive, Kingston. That's the JACRA special feature every second Tuesday at 6:18 a.m. during Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
It's the final segment of today's edition of Land Solutions. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with, anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land. You've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. Text line same as the WhatsApp number for Land Solutions, 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183 for your text messages and WhatsApp messages. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On a Thursday at the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company, they turn up the work a notch by providing additional services to those who are in the business of selling or purchasing land, those who have questions, those who are unsure as to their next move, irrespective of where they are right now. A Thursday between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. is a good day to be at the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company. And so we encourage you to take full advantage of that opportunity. And here's a question coming in for you, Ms. Brown. Velta Wilson says, Dervan, please ask Ms. Brown if a will can be made by one party when there is a joint tenancy title.
Thank you for that, Dervan. A will can be made, yes. But what the will is going to say, if suppose my husband and I are joint tenants on a property, my will is going to say if my husband should die before me, I give the property to. So the will will say if my husband should die before me, I give the property to my daughter. Because if I die first, there's nothing for my daughter to get. So if I want my daughter to get my share, I need to change the tenancy while I am alive. Because even though we put the joint tenancy in the will, because we need to put it, because what happens if the two parties die at the same time, and we know that the law says if two people die at the same time, the younger one died last. That's what the law says. So we need to put it in the will. So the will is going to say my husband should die before me, I give the property to my daughter. My husband will might say my wife should die before me, I give the property to my son. But put it in there, but know that there's nothing for the person you have willed it to get if you die first. Because it cannot sever, your will cannot sever the joint tenancy. You need to change the joint tenancy while you are alive. If you want somebody to get your share, you can't use a will to change it. And I thank the listener for that question, because it's something that we need to constantly reinforce. If you are a joint tenant, whoever lives the longer or the longest is going to own the property, no matter if those who die first make wills. Number to call 922-411-325. And I want to take this opportunity, okay, on behalf of Khaleesi and myself, to really express condolences to the family of Winston. Winston was our friend, and that's one of the bad things about COVID. It has prevented persons from seeing each other over the years. And I mean, he was a consummate gentleman. He was so accommodating to us when we started at Power. And I really, really, really want to express my deepest condolences to the rest of the Power family and to his family. May the Lord lay him down gently. The numbers to call 922-411-325, and the text line is 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. My mother started the process to get her title added to my dad's title. We have documents regarding this. And asking if there's something that you could work with, without a doubt, because if it's a matrimonial home especially, that means they live there together as man and wife. Under the Property Rights of Spouses Act, when one spouse is adding another spouse to a title, then there is no duty to be paid. So that is something that you can really get at a really affordable cost, because the transfer tax, stamp duty, those are waived. You just have to produce a marriage certificate to show that yes, you're married, and we put a declaration to show that this is your family home, and then the duties are waived. So they gladly help you with that. And I'm glad to know that, as one spouse is adding another to the title. The numbers to call 922-411-325, 922-411-325, and the text line is 387-3183. 387-3183. So please feel free to send me the text message, and the listener asks if they could send a message after, sure. And I've been, thank Dervan for the reminder, I'll be in my Ocherious office this Thursday between 10 and 1. This Thursday between 10 and 1 in the Ocherious office. So persons, you can give us a call. The Ocherious office number 876-974-6083. 876-974-6083. That's the number for the office. And remember, there's an attorney there every day. But if you want to speak to me, I will be there this Thursday between 10 and 1. And remember, you can also send me an email, gloria@landsolutions.ja.com, gloria@landsolutions.ja.com. You want a title for your property, just send me a message. All you have to do is say title. Please send the message to 876-387-3183, and I will gladly help you to get that title. But everybody needing a title, you got the land from the grandparents, somebody gave you a house spot, maybe the parents, maybe an aunt, an uncle, or you bought a little piece, or you have just been living on that piece for some time now. I'm begging you, survey it. Mark, you, as I keep saying, sometimes you have surveyed it and the title that the land is not to be cut up, we run into problems there, because then you're going to have to apply for subdivision. And as a matter of fact, I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister's office just on the weekend, because under the Special Provisions Act, you can get a waiver of subdivision. And I wish some of my colleagues, attorneys, listening, because what I wanted to ask, when I'm asking that office, when you have got a waiver of the subdivision, how does that impact the clause on the title to say the land is not to be subdivided. Because I'm thinking that this new legislation really should override that. So when I've got that permission from the Office of the Prime Minister to say, I've given you a Section 5 order under the Special Provisions Act, should my application now be rejected by the Titles Office to say there is a condition on the title to say the land is not to be subdivided? That's something that we need to look at and needs to be addressed urgently, because the reality is that so many persons have been held back because of the subdivision situation. Because when you look at a lot of countries, in Asia and different, know that if you don't have a quarter acre, we're not going to allow the subdivision. Everybody around them have their house and they have been living and driving their cars up to their gates. We have to revisit a lot of these things. But the thing is that a lot of the technocrats, that's all that they really are. Okay, like sometimes you have a lot of attorneys who can teach and will do that, but they don't practice. So sometimes the practical things, the practical situations, they can't identify with, because a lot of persons are academics, and that's I think is a situation as well. A lot of these municipal commissions, a lot of the persons are academics. They don't know about the real world situation. They don't know what is happening on the ground, and that's something that I think we really should revisit. A lot of the restrictions we're putting on person with land use, because what is happening, we are enforcing the parish code, but we're not enforcing on the ground. Because you are saying the land cannot be cut up, but it's cut up long time. It's cut up from my grandfather gave it to his 10 children who have given it to the 50 grandchildren. So while you are telling the office it can't be cut up, on the ground it's cut up long ago. Those are some of the things that we need to address. And I've seen the note from the person who has said title, and I will send you the information shortly. So it's whether or not the spouse is on the title, it's automatic that the property belongs to the living spouse. Well, if a property is in the name of Mr. and Mrs. Brown, sorry, it's in the name of Mrs. Brown. Okay, and Mr. and Mrs. Brown live on the property. The property is really belonging to the name, to Mrs. Brown alone, because it's her name on the title. So when Mrs. Brown dies and wills it to her daughter, the daughter is going to get it and not in for Mr. Brown, which is why probably Mrs. Brown wants to add. So the fact that the both of them live there together now, if while they are alive, Mr. Brown could go to the court and ask the court to give him a half, and the court would more than likely give him a half because it's the family home. But when Mrs. Brown dies, there's nothing for Mr. Brown to get unless it's willed to him. If Mrs. Brown dies without a will now, then he could get a half if Mrs. Brown has 4 more children. But it's not automatic. What I was really saying is that when you want to add one spouse, you don't have to pay the duty, but you have to do the transfer, send it to stamp office, get the duty waived, and get Mr. Brown's name on the title. It's not automatic. It's just that you don't have to pay the duty. But it's good that you get the name on. And I've seen the note from the person about the title. I'm on the land from February 2018 and I can't get the agreement. What you need to do is to get an attorney. It's a person who is saying that they have a lease and sale agreement, but they have not been able to get the agreement from the person. Now the person they lease it from has increased the lease. But I would need to see, and I said I needed to see the lease and sale agreement. The person is saying they have not been able to get it from the attorney. So get another person to write the attorney, because if you have an agreement to say you're going to pay this per month, and after how many years it's going to be yours because you have paid up the sale price, you have paid in full the purchase price, then nobody should be able to be changing the lease on you. But what happens is that as a people we are too informal, and we need to be more formal when we're dealing with things like land, because it's the biggest investment most of us are going to make in our lifetime, what we have spent on land. So we need to be very careful. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. If you're going to buy land from somebody and hear them say don't use a lawyer, get suspicious. Get suspicious. Because nobody can sell land or should sell land without a lawyer, which is why I know a lot of justice of the peace listen to my program, and I'm encouraging you, JPs, do not deal with land matters. Send the person's murder on their way to go and find an attorney. I remember there's a legal aid clinic at the Bethel Baptist Church in Halfway Tree, 6 Hope Road. There's a legal aid clinic there every Saturday from 10 to 12. I want to say thanks to my technical operator, I'm not sure if it's Israel. Okay, and thanks to Dervan. This afternoon, I want to say thanks to the persons who continue to listen to Land Solution. Please tell your neighbor about this. The aim is to educate persons. The aim is to have a village lawyer in every community to be able to advise. There's nothing bad about a village lawyer. We just want the village lawyers to have the knowledge so they can advise persons properly. We don't have to go into an attorney's office for a lot of the things. We can get the advice for persons who listen to Land Solution. And
Indeed.
I really want to thank our, indeed, yes, Dervan.
Yes, a couple of messages. Ms. Brown, good afternoon. My mother started the process to get her name added to my dad's titles. We have documents regarding this. She started with Lamp. Is this something you could help with? Thanks.
Yes, Dervan. We gladly help the client. You can just listen to the number 3873183 and send me a message.
And another person says we have our property sitting in limbo over 15 years because of subdivision infrastructure demands by parish council.
Indeed, Dervan. I would love for that person to give me a call as well so he can help to reinforce what I wrote to the Prime Minister on the weekend. Thank you so much, Dervan, and thanks to you for constantly supporting Land Solutions and to the listeners. Have a good day.
Same to you. Take care.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:31 on Power 106.
It's the Home and Things Anniversary Sale. We're kicking off celebrations. Big discounts on all your favorite items. Enjoy store-wide savings with huge discounts on tiles, bathroom fixtures, faucets, vanities, shower enclosures, lighting, home decor, and more. We're celebrating quality and style as we say thank you, Jamaica, for 25 years of love and support. The Home and Things Anniversary Sale. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. Let's celebrate because Jamaica builds with Home and Things.
Both Sides of the Story.
Do you have a title for your land? Are you thinking about buying or selling land? How much is your property worth? Tune in to Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM every last Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. for The NLA and You, a program that examines the National Land Agency's role in building an efficient and transparent land titling system for Jamaicans. That's The NLA and You on Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm every last Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal, committed to serve you better.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. We crave your indulgence, though, as we pause to provide some useful information with respect to the University of the West Indies 75th Diamond Jubilee. And who better to tell us about it than the University Registrar, Dr. Maurice Smith. Good to talk with you again. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks, and ready to hear all that has been happening and will be happening as far as the UWI's 75th Diamond Jubilee is concerned.
Well, first of all, allow me to say how pleased we are that you're able to facilitate a conversation again. We would have met a few months ago when we shared with you and your listening audience as it concerns 2023 being the 75th year of existence of the University of the West Indies. And here we are again, and we're indebted to you for that.
We're humbled and honored to have you on. After all, you're the ones doing the heavy lifting. We feel privileged to be able to share your work with Jamaica and the diaspora. Thank you very much. So, where are you in your celebratory continuum?
Well, that's absolutely correct. It is July, and we are 7 months in, and the team really has been doing a lot of heavy lifting, but it's fine. We enjoy what we do. The university is home to us, and it has provided stellar service to the Caribbean and to the peoples of the region. And so 7 months in, we are now hosting
the Diamond Jubilee Week, and this is when the university community, our staff, our students, our alumni, our partners, and our friends come together as much and as best as is possible from across the globe. We're hosting the activities at the Mona campus this year. Mona is our oldest campus, and so we're using the opportunity to invite our patrons and members of our family back to Mona, where the legacy began 75 years ago. The activities for Diamond Jubilee Week begin today, Monday, July 17, and they go on for the entire week, for the rest of the week, under the theme, the UE at 75, Rooted, Ready, and Rising. And this evening, there is a special alumni reception. We do have a number of well-known and prominent alumni who are coming in to share with us. The Vice Chancellor hosts that activity this afternoon starting at 6 o'clock at the regional headquarters here in Kingston, Jamaica. And then tomorrow and Wednesday, medical alumni. And before I make any further comment, let me say that the university began with 33 students pursuing medicine. And so the Faculty of Medical Sciences is our oldest faculty. And we do have quite a number of alumni that are coming in today and Wednesday, and they will be participating in a biennial conference. And this is where they'll be sharing their research findings and dealing with a number of relevant and topical issues that are pertinent to the discipline or to the many disciplines in medicine. And so they'll be with us Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on before I speak to what's happening on Thursday, on Wednesday evening, there's going to be a celebration fiesta with our medical alums, and Tuesday evening there's going to be a smoke and mix and mingle. So our medics are just, turning up and turning out. So they'll be working hard in the day, but having a relaxation, a drink, checking in with each other, and catching up on old times on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday this week, July 20, this is when the university will be hosting a special forum on higher education. The focus of it is beyond the 75 years, the vision, the strategy, and leadership for higher education. And this is where we're going to be, along with the prime ministers and leaders across the sector, the education sector, and elsewhere, across the region. We'll be meeting in a hybrid space. The forum will be here at the region headquarters, but then we're also streaming live. So it's a hybrid engagement. And this is where we're talking about what really is the role of education in the Caribbean. As an academic institution, what is our focus? What's the vision for education? What's the vision for the region? What is the strategy to achieve that vision? And what is the leadership fuel or fodder that will be needed to realize that strategy? And so we will share in an elaborate way on Thursday, and that starts at 9 o'clock Jamaica time, 10 o'clock EC time. And then Thursday evening, we're inviting the members of the public to meet us, the Philip Sherlock Center for the Creative Arts, where we'll be having an evening with the world-renowned university singers. The tickets are only $3,500. They're available here at the Institute for Institutional Advancement Division at the regional headquarters. They're also available at the bookstore at the Mona campus, and then persons can come Thursday evening at about 7 o'clock and get their tickets there. And it promises to be a fantastic evening of music, of melody, of vocal excellence. And so we meet with the university singers this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. at the Philip Sherlock Center. And then on Friday evening, we will close out with a virtual engagement with one of our many honored graduates, Sir Courtney Walsh. That's 2 o'clock Friday evening. And so all the activities this week are designed to have us celebrating, have us reflecting, have us strategizing, have us connecting with each other, and positioning the university as a critical regional institution that is going to continue to play a very strategic and meaningful role in the development and the advancement of the Caribbean. Quite a mouthful, Dervan, but lots are happening here at the university, and the team is working hard to ensure that we reconnect and connect with our members of the family and with friends and supporters.
So far, what are you picking up? What's the mood? What's the what's the energy that you're picking up so far since the start of this Diamond Jubilee Week? I mean, this is the start anyway, but just trying to get a sense of how stakeholders have been responding.
Well, there is much engagement across the region, and there are a number of individuals. And let me just say Dervan, that there are activities on all our campuses.
Okay.
So there are activities on all our campuses, and so there is much engagement within and without the university. Of course, there are many issues with which we're contending, and so some of those issues are being managed as best we can. That's a part of our 75th mantra, where we are rooted to reflect on the past. But we're dealing with some of the contemporary issues, and there are many. But we're also rising to reposition and to ensure that we achieve our fullest potential and the mandate that has been placed on us by the people and governments of the region. So the mood is reflective, the mood is celebratory. We're taking a stock of ourselves, we're doing our own self-assessment. What have we done well? What do we need to continue doing? What have we not done well at, and what do we need to do differently? So there is reflection, there is celebration, there is that sort of engagement, and so we're hearing from our government and our citizens and our alums and our staff, and we're dealing with a number of issues, and so we're putting our best foot forward, and we're ensuring that the university becomes its best self for the peoples who are yet to be enrolled within its walls.
Yes. And have you been going it alone, so to speak, or do you have the support of maybe some alumni and their respective brands coming on board supporting? Because I'm sure you wouldn't mind raising some funds as well.
We would mind raising some funds. We're trying to offer scholarships as well. One of the things that we've been able to do, and I really want to pay special homage to a number of corporate and sponsors, private citizens who have come on board to join, many of whom don't wish to be named, but we really have been enjoying a lot of support from many of our entities. One of the things that we have been careful to do is to be realistic in terms of how elaborate we are, so as to not to cost the university, because we're operating in a the reality is that there is a scarcity of funds. So we do have quite a number of corporate sponsors that have come on board and have been fantastic in helping us in a very meaningful way to undertake many of these activities that are being held this week, as well as the ones that would have been held prior. And there are others that have been planned, are being planned, and are scheduled for the final half of the calendar year. So we say kudos to all our sponsors and our patrons.
Yes. And is for those who perhaps were hoping to make it, haven't been able to, is it possible for them to follow any portion or online?
Yes, certainly join us at UATV. UATV is our official internal communication carrier, and so colleagues are invited to follow UATV, the Facebook page, and they will be seeing many of the events being broadcast there. So we invite everyone to tune into UATV on Facebook and join in.
All right. Well, thank you very much for bringing us into the loop and giving us an idea of how things are shaping up already and what is to come for the rest of this week, this very special week in the life of the University of the West Indies, Diamond Jubilee Week, from today, the 17th, until the 22nd, which is Saturday. And the theme is quite instructive. Let me see if I can bring it up. Where did it go? But essentially, right. Where did it go? Well, sorry, I think I lost it. Yes.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
And rising.
Rooted, ready, and rising. I love it. Thank you.
Well, thank you too. Looking forward to seeing you this week.
Save here. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Listeners, you just got all the information you need from the registrar at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Maurice Smith. There's more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, after the break.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
persecution you must fear. We not lose, you gotta get your shit. You got your mind set on a dream. You can get it, the money may seem down. You can get it if you really want.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on a WhatsApp as well. That number is 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. And let's see, we have quite a few messages as well that have come in that we would like to clear. And we will do just that right about now. Let's see. But first, let's bring up this message. All right, let's do that. And good afternoon to Rohan Johnson of Atlas Ocho Rios. Thank you very much for tuning in, Rohan. He says, happy birthday to each and everyone who's celebrating their birthday today. Coming from Rohan Johnson, Atlas Ocho Rios, clocking in, he says. Also clocking in quite a few listeners. This one says, good day, Dervan. Please let us try and have a heart in this country. The people of Haiti are having difficulties. We need to keep the ones who appear on our shores. We Jamaicans are economic refugees and are scattered all over the world because of the crime, corruption, and other ills that have caused lack of progress and development in our land. Let us help our brothers in need. The way things are going in this country, we might be facing an exodus one day. He ain't heavy. He is my brother. Be kind, says this listener. Thank you very much for your message. Let's go to another of the messages. This one says, greetings. I heard through the grapevine that about 9 people were shot during a shooting war between rival gangs from Tivoli and Denhamtown last evening, but there seems to be an embargo placed on any news about the incident. I can understand that action by those who are in charge of the police media operations, but any collusion by mainstream media would be very dangerous, from Crocs in Black River. And then he sends a rejoinder. He says, a question for the Honorable Delroy Chuck. Is it the bloggers who are damaging the integrity of the country, or is it those in leadership who are devoid of integrity, who are damaging the integrity of the country? Questions from Crocs in Black River. Another message. Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I am a certified experienced female in construction, looking a job with a company or a developer. Can you help me? Thank you. Goodness, poor me. You have a rich sector right now, booming and blooming and blossoming. And a lot of people are employed and more are being employed. If you have those skills, by all means, step forward and take your place in the human race. Go ahead, by all means. There are more than enough signs of lucrative opportunities for those involved in the field of construction right now. A lot of them obviously earning a lot more than some of us, quite frankly. So please go ahead and put yourself out there and let your light so shine among men and women as well. Let's see. This one says, this is, who is this? Date for your diary. Somebody wants us to save a date. Let's go down the line. Flo wants us to upgrade. Sorry I missed your calls, Peter Gay. Yes, that's a member of the diaspora who has some good ideas to share with us right here at home. And let's see who else is messaging us. This one says, good day. I think we mentioned this one already. This one has to do with the medical humanitarian mission to Jamaica from August 13 to 20. We went through that already, but chances are we'll pick it up when we focus specifically on that subject. So you can stand by for that. And there is the St. Andrew Church of Christ at 77 Red Hills Road is hosting a family workshop under the theme Family, Faith, and Forgiveness, providing hope for a nation in crisis. And this is scheduled for Saturday, the 12th of August, from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. And the Zoom ID is 689-511-348. 689-511-348. And there's PW77123, PW77123. And we have the names of the facilitators here: Andre Allen Casey, counseling psychologist in counseling psychology, dating dangers, one of the topics. Paul A. Blake, associate professional counselor, also scheduled to make a presentation, pastoral psychology and counseling. And Solomon's suggestions for sexual satisfaction. Mr. Trevor E.S. Smith, Solid Families, Solid Society. So this seems rather intriguing and fascinating. Family workshop, theme, family, faith, and forgiveness, providing hope for a nation in crisis. Saturday, August 12, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check it out. Let's see who else is sharing. Going down the line. 876-365-3346. That's the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. 876-365-3346. This one says, oh, that's not for me. That's for da 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 da. Okay. All right, that's for someone else. Let's move on. 876-922-4112-5. Hello, Jennifer Stewart in on Q Road in Kencott, East Rural St. Andrew. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in as usual. Sean Patrick Young says, good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm, your viewers and listeners all over the world. Happy that I could join in this afternoon's program. Happy to have you on board. Welcome. Hello to Joan Edgehill. She says, good afternoon and greetings, Mr. Dervan and friends. Greetings to you too. Joan Edgehill, based in Central Florida. She says, well, thank you very much for your greetings. Maureen Grant Gauntlet says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, to you and all your listeners. Yes, we must assist our neighbors in Haiti. Maureen here in Mandeville. Thank you for your message, Maureen in Mandeville. Let's go to the phone lines now. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. This one, Sir Malcolm, did you pass on the message to Miss Mervis? Which message was that now? Cuban in Georgia. Let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dervan.
Good afternoon.
Yes. I am really surprised to know that St. Thomas Road is so bad. Plus tax. I mean.
Why is it so bad?
I don't know, Mr. Malcolm. Good person. But I have a bull cow, and I'm going to sell the bull cow to put gas in your car to carry you up there. Because the road is so bad.
Why is it so bad? What's the reason behind it?
Working on the road, Mr. Dervan, jealous. I mean, I heard that the Honorable was in Seaford last month at some funeral thing. When I think goes to the road, you have what do you think? The thing where we go under sea, where drive under the sea. What is that?
Submarine?
I wonder if it is a submarine in just to go there. Yeah, it is rich and bad, and I was coming from there last week Thursday and lockdown, patrol, I mean, man.
Has anybody sought to get the people of the area to appreciate and understand what the situation is? There are those, because what is obvious is that and it's not unique to this particular project, what is obvious is that in this country, and I don't know if it's unique to us, we haven't been as scientific, meticulous, and design oriented that we need to be so that people can continue their daily lives even as you seek to make their lives better by virtue of a widened, expanded, extended road network, which all of us would love to enjoy. But the question, it seems, by so many is, did it have to be so tedious, so clumsy, so disorganized? That's the question people are asking. But clearly, the extension and expansion of the road network is a good thing, but not to be done in some of the ways in which the work has been carried out, because then it becomes a bad thing. It becomes a poisoned chalice. And the rooster agrees. Listen to that.
The rooster crew. The rooster agrees. Mr. Dervan, Malcolm, if you ever go up 3 times, it should go again. I mean, the dig, the fix, the pull, the dig, the fix, the pull, fix, and don't pull and fix and pull and dig. Have a nice day, Mr. Dervan.
Thank you for the call, and the rooster agrees once again. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website. Let's go to the break.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock. Need water for agricultural purposes? Apply to the National Irrigation Commission for your irrigation services. Let's grow smart and eat smart with irrigated agriculture. Call National Irrigation Commission at 876-927-6727. Visit their website at www.nicjamaica.com or visit any of their office locations today. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
Opposition will come away, but the hotter the battle we see, the sweeter the bitter. You can get it if you really want.
Que ahora es en español, son las 4:01. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:01. 现在几点了？4点01分。A minute past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Here's another message. Good afternoon, Dervan. The man who was accused of killing Dr. Broomfield in Portland, he did escape when taken to court. Do you know if he has been recaptured? And this is from Naya in Black River. That's a good question, Naya in Black River. Worth following up as to what has become of that individual who escaped when taken to court over the killing of Dr. Bloomfield. If we hear anything or find out anything, we'll share the information. But up to this point, no, we haven't heard any further news on that individual. Here is Crocs again in Black River. He says, I think the Prime Minister is finally onto something. Let's say a community road costs $10 million to fix. At $100,000 per donkey, it may be more economical to provide each farmer with a donkey instead of fixing the road. Because after all, the donkeys are much more likely to last longer and are much easier to maintain. Plus, they would produce manure to help with the production. It would be a win-win situation. From Crocs in Black River. Thank you very much, Crocs in Black River, for your message on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's go to the phone lines once again. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Blessed noon, Honorable.
Blessed noon to you too.
You and our honorable listeners.
Uh-huh.
Tell me something. You remember the earthquake that we go on at 81 night time?
Yes.
And I think I Senegal, one of them African countries, they said to send home the people them. You can give them fertile land and house, you know, see it? And start of living on the continent. Up to now, these CARICOM leader going to turn the black of them eye to free the people them. You know, I don't know why they refuse to free the people them. Why they refuse to create as a black nation of people to return home to Africa. You see, Jamaican.
So you're not free to leave?
I come, go and cut me. You see, Jamaican Christian and CARICOM leader, most honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and them reparation 10-point plan. The second point is repatriation. I want the world to hear this. Jamaican Christian and Prime Minister Andrew Gomez and as a CARICOM leader and reparation, them reparation 10 point plan, repatriation is the second point. So we're calling upon them to educate the people to return home to Africa, because them blind, the people them hyper Africa and never show Africa in a true light where we could have go home to our birth home or historical home. So we're calling upon them to educate the people, them know that them have repatriation as them second point. So repatriation is a reality. So all who are hyper repatriation and now want to go back to Africa, to the government and Christian, the church, jump on repatriation bandwagon and talk about repatriation. So we must build our faith to return home to Africa under the banners of the red, black and green, and the red, gold and green banners, African banners, Pan-African banners, which represent us universally, for the future. This ID is royal banner. It shall not suffer loss. See, from victory unto victory, his army shall he lead. The level 4 is vanquished. See it, and Christ is Lord indeed, Africa returned to its former glory as the first ruling power upon earth, In a Jamaica, we see the black brother them come here on board, because free water where we are chanting, freedom of movement, freedom of traveling, because judgment are reached to every world turn. In the Western world and in
No, but you enjoy that freedom, don't you? You're enjoying that freedom.
What type of freedom?
Same freedom that you're talking about.
No, it's not.
Who's depriving you of that freedom?
Jamaica government. And
How?
That them have the people them under them portfolio.
So you want them to grab the people by their hands or wherever else and get them to do what you want them to do? Is that it?
No, yes, not I. I assure you, say, when we call about them, we educate the people then, because them have repatriation as them second point in them reparation plan. You didn't hear, you must be an international listener. So I say, knowing that them have repatriation as them second point, they need to educate the people to return home to Africa, because them demonize Africa. The Americas here. Demonize Africa, Jamaica ruling, demonize Africa until they appear crosses to Africa and blind we are Africa. So they need to come rectify this and educate.
So you know better than that. So you are in a position already to educate the people. That's why you have been calling talk shows over the years now to try and get the information out. But it doesn't seem as if you've been able to bring to the situation your capacity and ability to convince people that what you're saying or you plan to do actually makes sense.
There's a public educator like you who have a powerful tool, the media, who sit around the media daily, see, you should have used this opportunity as a man of African ancestry, and do these rights. See that these rights fulfilled. Why you don't see yourself in this judgment? That's why King of Kings and the Lord of Lords fellows say, not until all Africans stand and speak as free being, equal in the eyes of the Almighty, and demand our right, because the black man and the black woman have a right. So we must demand our right as a nation of people.
What is that right?
A continent of our own, a royal sovereign nation world kingdom, a black world government, empire of our own, freedom.
So who's preventing you from achieving that?
What is what?
Who is preventing you from achieving that?
Oh, the tyrants of the world who colonize us and have us under them nuclear instrument and biological judgment.
Oh, we're under that right now?
The last one only that published what they call people, only call people what they are in a COVID, anti-vaxxers. In this judgment, we don't know how to that Jamaica government. See? So we call upon this Jamaica government to hurry up and get us out of this place, hurry up and get us out of Jamaica. Because the black brother then come here And not go on like, we know, swing our widely open and beat them enter wild with me. When can work for white people, them come here, we go show, we go do, because
So
white people come down here.
you don't need any visa to go to Ethiopia, do you? Do you need a visa to go to Ethiopia?
What? We never come up on no visa and no passport. So we need no visa, freedom, redemption, international repatriation.
So you want to just go to Ethiopia just like that, without any proper documentation? Just turn up.
I'll just say something to you officially, and people who talk like you, ask no government to have repatriation, how them are going to do it. Because them have repatriation as them second point, in them 10 times. You know, see it plan. So you ask them.
What gives you what gives you confidence that something will come out of all of this? Because you have been at it for a long time, for years now, and nothing has been manifesting.
Oh, because it's stubborn and judgment, rebellious, stubborn and rebellious.
What do you mean? But you can't force us to do what we don't want to do. What if we don't want to do what you want us to do?
What we want us to do?
Yeah.
Or what we must do, or die. Marcus Garvey said we can't do it, we're going to die in this judgment.
But we're going to die anyway.
Oh, you?
All of us are going to die at some point. Oh, you're not going to die? You're going to remain immortal forever and ever. Amen.
We shall change from mortal to immortality in the twinkling of an eye. You know, the redemption of Africa, or Most High, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, the man said we must live. That death may die. You know, we have to put death, dark shadows to fly to Most High, Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, Jah.
Rastafari, how excellent is thy name. Thou hast set the glory above the heavens.
You know, you have something, you know, you love George and something out of people, but as long as you join the right words, beautiful words, wonderful words of life. You know, but on a serious note, ending, calling up a man like Prime Minister Andrew Boldness. You know. Anyway, the analysis, you know, as a man of African descent, a true leader. Remember, Marcus Garvey never have no big gun, you know, and look the impact we have on the world as a black leader, a black philosopher, and you are the defense minister, who you are defense of an armed force in Jamaica right now, and you can lift high these Pan-African banners and stand up as a proud black independent leader in the world.
But you haven't been doing what leaders do. Leaders are supposed to lead. If you haven't been doing that.
Listen to this. A long time from 1958 here in Jamaica, Ethiopia, Africa Black International, the black man government, the poor man government farm, and this government, this constitutional monarchy, labor right and PMP sabotage. Because the whole of them, they run Africa. You know, see it?
All of them who run Africa?
Who leaders. Manly and Share, the whole of them run Africa and come back to Selassie, give them right to lead black people. The whole of them know and want to then get caught ask the elder people them. They can call and tell you.
But all of that should have told you how things would pan out in the end. You have to take sleep mark death, as my late mother would say.
No, we ain't not the death thing, you know. I shall not die, but I shall live forevermore. You know, see if we ain't not the death. You know, the man said is appointed unto man once to die. You know, see after death come the judgment. So we need no more death thing around here. You know? We need no more death thing around here.
All right, well, lively up yourself then. Lively up yourself and don't be no drag.
Okay, what about you? You're going to lively up yourself at the redemption of Africa and build your faith to return home because your government say repatriation of them second plan, you know. So we have a
No, we're waiting on you. Once you are ready and serious, then we'll get on board. But as it is now, you're not ready at all, man.
No, serious, not I. Man, the time is now, but the hour is not yet come, you know, because a 1 hour judgment, you know, see. That's like when the master said, I'm going to come like at least in the night. If I no good stuff, you know, so. And by the material said, no, say, God will come like a thief in the night. When you least expecting this judgment, can say if the good Lord of the house is no when can the thief come you so find out the thief can rob you, you just sit up and wait and get in the judgment, you know. So I thought the man come catch the world. You know, the king of kings and the lords of lords that come catch the world red handed. That slavery a come back, you know. So make we love the black cells, our brothers and sisters, carry them in our house. Because we no check them already in this judgment and them have no disease and no COVID. Where you send back the people them. If them are run from war and judgment up here today. And then reach a Jamaica which is still in the Americas. You know? Where you run them back from. And Africa we could have said no.
All right, let's leave it there for now. We have to run.
Yes, we said lightning. We said don't fulfill the 1st of August with these banners, the red, black, and green.
All right, lightning and thunder. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Que ahora es en español. Son las 4:16. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:16. 现在几点了？4点16分。16 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know it's holiday time, summer break. We trust you've been having a safe and enjoyable summer so far, and that you also still have an interest in your schooling and you're still practicing, reading, studying, and learning. In fact, we trust that you had another productive day of learning. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity. Because you know what we always say, even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable, education makes you trainable, training makes you employable, and the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Let's go to the phone lines. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Dervan, I have something for you to ask Mr. Tufton for me, please. I'm calling from St. Elizabeth.
Well, you're on air now. You can go ahead and ask Mr. Tufton what you want to ask him.
We want to know where we must go to get a corona test. Or if she can go down by the hospital, like about, they're not doing any corona test. You got a private doctor, they're not doing any corona test. I'm sick for the past 3 weeks now. People say they catch the corona or something from me, and we don't know if it's current, if it's the thing I want, so we don't know what to do right now.
Well, there's supposed to be a network of health facilities providing these services. Where in St. Elizabeth are you?
I'm Lagaman.
Ragaman.
Yeah. So if you go to the Black River Hospital, right, you pick and you go on there. Only time I'm going to do the corona test if you're going to stay in the hospital. So we don't right now, we don't know what to do.
So that has been your experience?
Yes, my cousin took her husband down here Saturday, and that's what they said. They're not doing it if he's not. They're not going to do something with him. Admit him, so they're not doing it. Only if they admit him, then doing it.
I'm just looking at a couple of stories. 5 days ago, COVID is still very present in our population, says Tufton. Jamaica experiencing uptick in COVID-19 cases. Jamaica bounces back post-COVID. COVID-19 testing debate. This was in Parliament some time ago. Shadow Health Minister Dr. Maurice Guy. Let's bring up the story to see what came out of that. I do remember that session in Parliament. I think it was a question and answer session. If the page, let's see. Here's the story. As far as testing is concerned, Shadow Health Minister Dr. Maurice Guy has questioned whether the Ministry of Health is conducting the necessary testing in order to inform the country on the actual number of positive COVID-19 cases. Dr. Guy's query on Tuesday followed confirmation by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton that the country is experiencing an increase in the positivity rate. In response, Dr. Tufton said testing remains available, but is no longer mandatory as the government seeks to avoid creating unnecessary panic. So he says testing is still happening essentially. It is available, but it's no longer mandatory, meaning you don't have to. You don't have to do the test anymore, but testing is available. And let me just see where, if he says where testing is available. COVID has become a kind of routine. It's no longer a threat. As we're seeing with the data, everybody has it. He observed, characterizing it as having become close to being the common flu as we anticipated. And the story ends there for the time being.
So, Dervan,
Uh-huh.
if we don't test, how we going to do?
Right. So you have gone to Black River Hospital and they have told you that they're not testing?
Not me. I went to a private doctor.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin, her husband, she catch a cold and bring it to her husband. And he's 80 years old. And she bring him down by Black River Hospital. And she asked him if they're not do the corona test. And they said, only way they're doing it unless he's going to admit.
Oh.
So we don't know what to do. And
well, no, but you should be able to go to any public hospital and have the test done, considering that COVID is still very much with us.
And next year again, the hospital is so bad. I don't know what's wrong. Why the people have not taken money with tax money and fix up the hospital and stuff? Well, like them at you there, sir.
When have our hospitals never been in this state, though? I'm wondering when. Mm-hmm.
I know, when.
No. I'm asking, when have our hospitals not been in the state that they have been and continue to be in? No, I am asking the question. When have our hospitals been in the state? But that's the point I'm making. The fact that you're raising it now, it means it is an endemic, just like a disease. It is endemic to us. It is endemic. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be talking about it.
The man is 85 years old, and he's at the hospital, and he's down there the whole day, sitting down in that chair the whole day till 3 o'clock in the morning. What happened to we? No wonder what people that because he don't want to come here anymore, come here to live. No, they need to start the better than that. I don't believe who that I don't political thing they talk.
No, we're not talking. No. Nobody said you were talking politics. And in fact, we're actually on your side, but you're cussing us, not realizing we're on your side.
Well, sorry.
Anyway.
They need to do better than that, Dervan. Believe me, I'm worried. I have a heart problem. Believe me, I'm worried. I'm so worried here. And I don't have no money farming me too. And I'm very, very worried. If I could get to go from here, I would. But I'm very, very worried. Hospital system too bad, man. If you can go there, you have to stay the whole day. From morning, the poor man go down and you have to stay for even straight till 12 o'clock in the morning. him.
Yeah, that sounds like you need some help already. The cough alone says something.
I go up and get antibiotic. I feel much better now, right?
I'm happy
But
to hear
still,
that.
we don't want to know. I nearly did Dervan. I think I did dead. A private that we went to, and I get some antibiotic and something, and I passed 3 weeks I sick. So I don't know if I corona me have and pass it on to people. My little cousin come here, come help me, and then yeah, I feel so bad. Her husband end up with it. I pray to God. I said, God, please don't make nothing happen to you. No making dead, but I would have feel so guilty and feel so bad. Then you can do it to better than test the thing I'm going to go on.
Yes. Well, your message is clear. We don't know if Dr. Tufton is listening, but we hope somebody will tell him.
Yeah, tell him to me. I hope somebody tell him. So it's out of the foolishness now. Anybody going out there and fight with their foolishness now. We need to get rid of all of them. The 63 people up there, we need to get rid of them. So them might take Jamaican people for so much cool now. We're tired of it, man.
Right.
The very hard, the simplest thing that we need. I don't need nothing from government, and I work for myself, even though I old and sick, I work for myself. I just want to know that we have a hospital when sick, we can go there.
That's right.
That's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
we hear you loud and clear. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, man.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. 876-922-411-225. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mal.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, last week I called you pertaining to the clock. The non-performing clock at Clermont for over 2 years. That was removed from the Jamaican color to blue and white. And you was telling me about some places that are blue and white. And eventually we came to St. George's College that they refer to as the light blue of North Street. And when I look at the clock, I saw it in blue, light blue, and the white, which is near to St. George's. And when I read my brain, I find out, you know what I found out?
What?
That the member of parliament husband was a graduate of St. George's College. And they had a
one thing,
1971 function for him.
Yeah, one thing following another doesn't necessarily mean that one caused the other.
No, but I have to be suspicious if he helped to concoct the blue and white color beer to send a message to the nemesis of the MP that she had got rid of them. But when I look at
or it could it be your imagination running wild?
Well, the imagination, and I really figure imagination, there's sometimes logic in madness. When you look at it, as we was honored that being a part of the 1971 graduating class.
So what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong, man. Now the blue and white color, man, that's why I'm here try. But you see, with independence coming up now, we're celebrating our 61st anniversary. Everybody should have proud of them black, green, and gold.
So who says we aren't?
We go back in our black, green, and gold, But men will say it's going to be nigh impossible. Because at the same time, you have to spend money twice within a short period of time in terms of painting clock. But the most important thing is that the clock needs to be fixed. I am calling up on the member of parliament to a speedy action in terms of having the clock working.
Which clock is that again? Where is it specifically?
The one in the center, Clermont, and the headquarters of
Clermont
Center. Because you know, look good in that blue and white thing, man. We should be proud Jamaicans. And we're proud of our history as well.
Which is your opinion? What if they consulted someone who has expertise in the painting for clocks, and they got that advice and painted the clock the way they did?
No, man, they don't consult nobody, man. Somebody loves that blue light blue thing, there, man. You know, fool,
I want it back right in the Jamaican color, because we are proud Jamaicans. Because when we excel, we top the world. And when they decide to do bad things, we are damn bad. And that's one of the bad things they do the clock. So the clock need to work.
All right. Sounds like you need to get together with some members of the community and lobby for that to change.
Yeah, man, I'm going to get the people to rally around it, and I regard that as one of the non-performance that they
fill us in the next time you call. We have to go.
Anyhow, the next thing.
Can't give you the next thing now because we have a scheduled interview coming up. Sorry about that. And it's blue and white, by the way. I think that those are their colors. Is it Manning's we're supposed to be connecting with shortly? Let's see. We're scheduled to speak with members of the Manning School family. They've been marking, I think it's the class of 83, is it? Let's see if we can bring it up on this. Class of 83. And let's do this. Do we have any? All right, let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:31 on Power 106.
Education plays a critical role in the lives of poor young people. At the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, we ensure financially challenged students across the Caribbean are given increased access to higher education so they can continue to transform their lives and the lives of others. Support our mission in shaping the lives of our future leaders. Donate to educate. Contact our office at 212-759-9345 for more details.
Don't you know? Listen, Rome was not built in a day. Opposition will come your way, but the hotter the battle you see, the sweeter the victory. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you must try. You succeed at last. You can get it if you really.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 27. ¿Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 27. 现在几点了？5点加27分. 27 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. A couple of messages coming through. Dervan White says, how is the case of the policeman who was murdered by his wife at their house in Manchester going? Hope she gets about a 35-year sentence after parole or more. Charles James says this government is fixing more of what's wrong with Jamaica than any government. Still, you have these political complaints so much. Well, people are free to complain, even if some of us find it annoying. People are free to complain. It's the nature of a democracy. People complain whether things are going right or wrong, because all of us have ideas over with respect to how we believe things should happen as opposed to how things are happening. And all views must contend. And we're not all going to agree on the same thing or the same things, but in the final analysis, even if we are unable to agree, the least we can do is agree to disagree. How about that? Thank you very much for your messages nonetheless. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. And we are going to be speaking with Carmen Glover. And I thought there was only one Glover, Danny Glover. Anyway, Carmen Glover. And we also have Dwight Coote, and they're joining us now. Good afternoon, Carmen Glover and Dwight Coote. How are you both?
Good afternoon, Dervan, and good afternoon to your listeners. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. And how are you, Mr. Coote?
Doing great, Mr. Malcolm. Doing great. Good to talk to you again.
Absolutely. Likewise. So, how are things now? I mean, are you sufficiently satisfied with how reunion activities have gone so far?
Splendid, Mr. Malcolm. Everything went. In my opinion, I think things went better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially with the football extravaganza that we had.
Yes.
The Holt and Kelly Memorial match.
Mm-hmm.
We had reggae boys from yesteryears. The great Theodore Whitmore was there. The great Paul Young.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had the great Fabian Davis, Linval Dixon, Michael Tolo, just to name a few.
Yes.
And I was so honored that these guys took time out from their busy schedules to come and honor our fallen soldier, Holton Kelly, who passed away 45 years ago in 1978.
Look at that. Yes. And so what happens going forward? I would imagine past students have ideas and they have resources as well. Is it too early to take it beyond this point that there were certain conversations, discussions, ideas being put forward, and that usually gives you a sense of how people feel about how things are going and how they would love to see things going. I'm just wondering if you've been able to detect any such emotions.
Carmen, you want to take that question?
Certainly. Yes, Dervan, there has been a lot of it. Because at this time, we're celebrating our 285th anniversary at Manning School.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, we're the second oldest high school in Jamaica. So we're very excited, and all the different year groups have been planning reunion activities as well as projects at the school to strengthen the infrastructure and to provide scholarships and other support to current students. So there has been an outpouring of support and engagement. Our year group, the class of 82, had our reunion activities from July 13th through 16th, which culminated in the football match and the memorial ceremony for Hope, in memory of Hope and Kelly on Saturday. And then we had our gala, our grand gala, the first time we got together in 41 years. And of course, it was preceded by the class of 83, their group, you spoke to Steve McDonald and Dan Param at some point, and they unveiled a mural in honor of our beloved late headmaster, Mr. Herbert George Neater. So what has happened is that the school alumni body is galvanized.
Sounds that way. Very active. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, to restore the school to its former glory, to tell our story, our history, our rich history, and most importantly, to celebrate the leaders, Mr. Nita and others, Mrs. Gloria Wagstaff, who was a principal, who Mr. Nita had hired as a teacher. She taught English, then was promoted to vice principal, and then later on became the principal. Today, she's the only female principal in the school's 285-year history. So there's just a lot going on, and we're excited.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like by the time we, as we say in Jamaican parlance, by the time we quint, it will be time to go back to school. Just wondering what the outlook is like after such a grand celebration and all the memories rushing back and reflections and support efforts behind the scenes and otherwise. I'm just thinking here that the new school year might very well start with a bang, with all that is happening right now in this summer period. By the time you're ready to open the school again. That energy should help, we hope, to yes.
I'm sorry, we certainly expect that because in March of this year, on March 10th, we officially opened the Victor Lowe STEM Center. It's a first in the western region of the country.
Impressive.
Yes, Minister Favor Williams was in attendance. It was a grand affair, and also on that day, the school launched STEM Day. So every year on that day, they will celebrate STEM. So
and STEM, of course, for the uninitiated, is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
And math.
And I'm not going to pick a fight with you now, but I'm always one to say, whatever you do, don't leave out the arts. That's the creative side. So, because without the arts, as I humbly submit, STEM has no steam.
I agree. And in fact, that was the cornerstone of what the class of 83 mentioned when they unveiled the mural in honor of Mr. Herbert George Neater, the former principal, last week.
Yes.
Because the mural was commissioned by that group, class of 83, and it was, of course, brought to life by very creative artists. For our year group, class of 82, we have focused more on honoring Mr. Neater's memory. We presented an award to his two sons, Michael and Christopher Neater, at our gala on Saturday night.
Oh, lovely.
But before that, we awarded 8 scholarships. That was last year, October. So we have a menu of activities, and there are other year groups. As I said earlier, the cohort, the alumni body is just completely excited and re-energized to give back to our alma mater, which has done so much in shaping us to the adults that we are today.
That's right. And going forward now, Dwight Coote, in terms of the class of 1982, I would imagine the work is not finished and you're not taking a break either, but you're pressing ahead with whatever plans, projects, programs, initiatives that you have in the pipeline, if not already out of the pipeline.
Right, definitely. Right now, let me give you a quick synopsis.
Please do.
The Rebel Boys who came to support us, they have already summoned us that they are ready to come back next year to put on another soccer game to help to raise funds for the school. So we have people who didn't attend the mandates, who are gung-ho about what we're doing. I was speaking to Paul Young just yesterday morning, and he is the chief organizer, and he says that he's even going to get 2 international players from Europe to come next year. So we are in the pipeline doing things that, the main thing, Dervan, is that when we planned this affair for this weekend, a lot of people, when they saw these guys' names on the poster, they thought it was a joke to get them to come to support the game.
They didn't believe that it was going to, it could have. Yes.
They believe it, right? And believe it that when the news started spreading, that Tapper Whitmore was there, Paul Young was there, Hector Wright was there, Bobby Reds was there, Marvin Shinn drove all the way from Portland to come down. Black Kid flew all the way from Kitchener, Canada to be here. And these are guys who came just to give their support.
Tell us some more. Tell us some more about this kind of school spirit right after the break, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. And we're happy to have on the line with us Carmen Glover and Dwight Coote. Dwight Coote was in the middle of just sharing with us that whole experience of the support from former reggae boys and the what it has meant to the present crop of stakeholders and going forward.
Yes, Dervan. Carmen, can I attest to this? I have gotten calls from people who attended the school in the class of 82, the both of us, who were not really interested in getting involved. But success always gets people to come on board.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other people now who are calling us now, wanting to join up and to do stuff for the school. And that's what we expected.
Yes.
And so we wanted to happen. So what is going to happen now is that more people, I'm getting people selling funds to me now to start up for the scholarship program we're going to have before school opens. So Carmen mentioned about 8 students getting scholarship last year. I think the momentum has picked up, and I think we're going to be able to give more students scholarship by the summer term to start. So therefore, the momentum is going in the right direction because of the feedback that we're getting from our students, not just from the 82 group, but there are people from other years that are going to be getting involved because they say what you guys did was phenomenal and we want to be a part of it. So we're going in the right direction, Dervan.
Excellent. That's great news. Just before we wrap, Carmen Glover, an opportunity for you to tell our listeners, and who knows, maybe we have some of those who are of the class of 82 of Mannings who might very well be listening, and all of this might have piqued their interest. What are their options in terms of getting in touch and staying in touch with the class of 82 Manning School?
Thank you, Dervan, for that opportunity. What we're doing at this time, we created a WhatsApp group that we're growing, and we typically send out a link. So we ask that anyone who's interested from the class of 82 in joining us, reach out to myself, Dwight Coote, Peter James, or Carol Newman. And we're happy to add them to the group and give them more details about our agenda and our plans. As of February of this year, we established ourselves as a legal entity. So we're officially known as Manning School Class of 1982 Trust. And so we intend to continue streamlining our efforts for the benefit of our school, our dear Manning School, students who are there currently, and our batchmates. So we have a broad umbrella of things that we do and other ideas that we're interested in. When we had our gala on Saturday, the current principal, Mr. Steve Gordon, was in attendance, and he shared with us certain challenges that the school is facing and we committed to continue working with them to ensure that the school's name and rich legacy continues to be a source of pride in Western Jamaica and indeed throughout the island.
Very well put. Thank you both so much. Although it sounded, did you want to come back in here, Dwight Coot?
Oh, yes, Dervan, Carmen, we don't want to leave this out, but we had a young man who graduated with us. His name is Richard. No, I won't mention his name. But we had a young man who graduated with us who had mental challenges. And the group has come together, and we now have him in a facility where the psychiatrists are saying that he is very close coming back to normalcy. So I'm so happy about that, where we have someone who graduated with us, a fallen soldier, and the group came together and got funds together, got all these things together to help him, and he is now on his way back to normalcy, as the psychiatrists have said, because he's taking his medicine, he's doing all these things, and I'm so happy about that. And one more thing, brother, we got to honor our head coach, Caple E. Green, who was a successful coach for our team in 1978. And it is so fitting that this man is such a strong-willed man. He lost his daughter, who was supposed to travel with him to the Gala, travel out of Washington, D.C., but he came with his two grandsons. That daughter's two children, he came with those two children because he said that we were his children at that time, at age 12, 13, when we lost hope then. So he came with those children to show us that he is with us. We just showed the mettle of a man that he really is.
Yes.
So I really want to honor and pick up Coach Kate E. Green on your program here today. Yes. I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm in the football at the airport getting my luggage. I apologize for that.
No, that's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input, and again, thank you both for your service to education, and we look forward to connecting with you again in the very near future.
Thank you, Dervan.
Thank you, Dervan. Thank you very much.
I look forward to talking further with you later.
Okay, definitely. Thank you so much, Carmen Glover, and also Dwight Coot of the Manning School Class of 1982 Trust, as they continue to serve their alma mater, and by extension, Jamaica and the world. Well done. Thank you both very much. We still have messages to clear. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Well, we're feeling the vibration of a call coming in, but we're not seeing the icon. Here we go. So let's answer that. We'll get to that in a moment. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number. And let's see. Just saw a couple of stories popping up. Stolen vehicle recovered, alleged perpetrator arrested in Bogwalk. Swift action by the Bogwalk police in St. Catherine led to the seizure of an illegal gun and the recovery of a stolen motor car on Monday. That's today. The police say about 12:15, they received information about a man driving a stolen Toyota motor car. And so that person has been arrested. That's the information. So that's a breaking story just ahead of the news. And there's also another story, UE crisis, open campus staff in Jamaica protest non-payment of June salaries. So listen out for more in the major news at 5 here on Power 106 FM. In the meantime, Sean has been trying to reach us desperately. Let's hear if his connection is clear enough for a conversation. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan. How are you doing, sir?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great so far. How are you calling today? How are you doing? How's the day going so far?
Wonderfully great.
Wonderfully great. Uncle, I have something to tell you before you go. Next month is my birthday. I'm turning 21.
Happy birthday when it comes.
Yeah, okay. And I'm enjoying my summer so far, but it is very hot. All I'm going to do is stay dry and wear light clothes and drink plenty of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Take care. Bye, my brother. Next time we will talk.
All right. Thank you very much for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. Natalie Winter says, blessings. A lot of individuals like myself need assistance in one way or another, but in helping ourselves, we must think of others and their plight. Try any way we can to assist and help our brothers and sisters, and more so the children of Haiti any way possible. Government and private sector, please, something must be done urgently before it's too late. Thanks in advance, says Natalie in Washington Gardens. Maureen Grant Gauntlet says, well, we read her message already, and we're just making sure we clear our mailbox before we have to wrap. And this one says, Mr. Malcolm, whatever I am doing, I have to stop when Lloyd comes on the program. He gives me laughs of the day, which is good for my well-being. Your show is not the same without him, and I love the patience you display with him. I just love to hear him say judgment and also how he pronounces repatriation. I guess no use in pronouncing it for him. He is not alone in this. Hi to you, Ras Lloyd, says Angie in Kingston. Hope you got that message, Ras Lloyd. This one says, good evening, Mr. Dervan. The government needs to stop spending so much money on highways and spend more on the hospitals. Thanks. Another one, Salah, otherwise known as Neville, says, Dervan, no, I read that one already. Let's come to this one. Dervan, I don't understand you. You asked the caller when there were any time that the hospitals were not in need. Dervan, those days we were having to borrow money. The PNP laid the foundation so that we need not to borrow. The JLP is destroying the country and wasting taxpayers' money. Salah from Kingston. When in the history of Jamaica have we never heard that kind of situation? Same story. And this one says, if it's, let me see. Who is this now? A blessed Monday afternoon to you and Inspiration and your entire staff. Kindly squeeze in this wedding anniversary to my beloved Pat Donald and Roy Wisey Phillips today from their doting mother, and in-law Nene. I thank you very much. P.S. If not possible, please do tomorrow. Well, we just did today. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Monday, the 17th of July, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
news, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.